What is going on, everyone? It is DC3 Johnson here with another Madden 22 Cardinals franchise mode video, guys. So let's go ahead and get started here with a recap of last season. So Mike McCarthy won the Coach of the Year, Kyler Murray MVP, Offensive Player went to the guy from the Cowboys, and then Justin Fields, Offensive Rookie of the Year. We ended up getting Marcus Golden as Defensive Player of the Year, which was great. Ravens ended up beating the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and then we actually are going to make some moves here for, unfortunately we don't have a lot of cap space, so we only have like one free agent signing, because pretty much most of our guys either have long-term contracts or we just simply don't have the money. The only person that retired earlier in the video I showed was basically our punter, so we do have to draft a punter. And now just taking a look here at our depth chart. So there you see right now we only have Darnell Daniels. We did have to let Max Williams walk away due to fact to the cap situation. So we are definitely going to try to make some moves there. I don't think we'll need to draft wide receivers this year. And obviously we are going to keep Golden since he literally just won Defensive Player of the Year. But just a quick recap there. There you see center back is where we are struggling, and obviously we have Buda Baker as our strong safety. So we do end up making a move here, and we end up going with a defensive tackle and a center back and a punter. Obviously, we do end up finding a nice pick for a wide receiver in the 5th round, so we do decide to go for him. And unfortunately, because Robert Griffin did kind of well with Kyler Murray injured, we do have to kind of let him go. And then there you see there's the move that we make for a linebacker earlier in the preseason. But we get Casey Keenum on board, and there you see our current cap situation. We have $450,000, guys, and I'll go ahead and leave this for them.
He became the first Troy University player to ever be chosen in the opening round. Now, 17 years later, he's the first Trojan to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His 138.5 sacks ranked 9th all-time in NFL history. And his 9 Pro Bowl selections are tied with fellow legends like Walter Payton, Ed Reed, Derek Thomas, and John Elway. Now, DeMarcus joins them in the Hall of Fame.
I thought that was pretty cool. That's actually the first time I've ever seen that actually pop up in Madden. And here we are going to go ahead and take on the Texans with Deshaun Watson. There you see our little Josh Jones moment. Josh Jones is officially upgraded to a 70. For those of you that don't know, I always like to make special mentions to Josh Jones because he has saved Madden season twice on both 20 and Madden NFL 21. So I always like him. I always like to mention Josh Jones. And so there you see, guys. We'll go ahead and should be an interesting one. Obviously, the Texans are going to be a stronger team than what they are at the moment. Obviously, they are rebuilding since they still got to figure out whether or not they're going to keep Deshaun Watson or not. We won't get into too much of that, but yeah. So it should be pretty much a regular preseason game. So we're just going to go ahead and make a quick adjustment here. And there you see we ended up getting Kyle Rudolph in a trade. We ended up trading one of our wide receivers. Right now, we are looking to move Keyshawn Johnson in the future, probably right before the end of preseason, because we actually are at 54 players. So we'll probably end up moving him, so that way we don't have to cut anybody at the end of the offseason. So no cuts this time. Potentially, we're going to probably move him for picks or something. Or another wide receiver that could get us another year guaranteed contract, since this year will be the big challenge, guys, because now we have Kyler Murray on his extension, and that should potentially wipe out our cap space. We are probably going to have to let go of J.J. Watt at the end of the year in order to be able to make the room to keep Kyler Murray. So that should be an interesting situation there. And there you see unfortunately, ends up being an interception there. So it's a 10-7 game. Nice pass there to Isabella, who's going to get us to the 47-yard line. Our goal is to try to build our 3rd and 4th option at wide receiver, which in this case will be Andy Isabella. I believe we also did get Gabriel Davis in a trade as well. So those are going to be the guys that we have to really focus on developing, because we did have injuries, much like the real life Cardinals. We did have a lot of injuries. Year one, we did lose DeAndre Hopkins and Christian Kirk at one point in the season, so it kind of limits the options. And now remember, this time we won't have AJ Green. He did have to walk away in free agency, and we had to let him go because of the cap situation. That's unfortunately the only thing that I would say the games don't cover as well as real life, because in real life what majority of the teams end up doing is they end up guaranteeing the money, or they end up moving it to like a signing bonus instead, so that way they can be able to sign all these good players and keep themselves on the caps. And so, with that being said, Kyler Murray ends up finishing with a touchdown to regain the lead, and we end up putting Casey Keenum here to really hit it off here as our backup. I really want him to kind of get to the idea, because we also did lose Kyler Murray at one point in the year, and it was a perfect opportunity for Robert Griffin, RG3, to get a nice start or two while he was gone. So I think we need to anticipate the possibility, if that happens, that we need to be prepared, right? And so, so far so good. Right now, Keenum did throw an interception, which I'm not too surprised. It does happen. But he's also very quick on his feet, which is great. So already one rush, 11 yards, and there you see the GM's already having a high expectation for us since we got the playoff win last year. So it's going to be a really crucial second year for us. Definitely, this is the one where we're going to have to basically take whatever roster we have now. As Keenum, look at that beautiful pass there to Keyshawn Johnson, who unfortunately we're going to end up looking to move away from him. But hopefully that helps his trade stock, and hopefully the team gives him the opportunity he deserves. So as we end up throwing the ball here, we are going to go ahead and get the touchdown there. And so it's 28-10 here late in the third quarter, as we give it to Chase Edmonds, who we're trying to also build. But going back to the year two thing, so this will be the year that we'll have to get rid of some of the guys, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna have to. So it's like we're contending, but we're also gonna need to rebuild the future in a sense. I kind of picture it as like a last dance Chicago Bulls year, like 97, 98, where management's already kind of like focusing on potentially acquiring picks and all that for next year, while the players are like, hey, we still got another season here. We still got another season, as we end up getting the first down and getting a nice touchdown there to one of our guys. It should be James Conner there. And that pretty much puts away the game, guys. It's 24-42. I mean, it's preseason, so yeah. Anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you guys sticking around to the end to watch everything. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way, stay tuned, since we'll have week 1 in the next video, guys. Take care, guys, and stay safe out there.